up, peeps? It's your boy, the Penguin, and I'm sitting next to my boy, the Watts.
Thank you very much. That's me. I am the what did you say?
The what?
Oh, that's my name. Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of Man, It's Hot Today. Hot damn. The police and the fireman. Uptown Funk? Anybody? No? Okay, welcome to the show, everybody.
Blam! How you been?
Yeah, pretty good, man. You caught me off guard. I was talking to myself. Anyway, I've been good. Me and all the voices in my head.
Okay, Randy Orton, calm down.
Thank you very much. What, vodka? No? Andy Kaufman? Anybody? Man on the Moon? Screwed Jim Carrey up for life?
Bueller.
That's cool. Ask your parents. So
what is new in the Watts entertainment viewing?
Ooh, sir, what's not new? Well, let's talk about what's not new. Nope, it's all new. Okay. So here's a movie that I know you didn't watch and I watched.
I know.
Can I start by saying that I hate anime? Except for Dragon Ball Z, which I don't even watch that.
When I first met you, you actually did like some cartoon stuff.
Oh, no. I like cartoons. There's a difference between cartoons and anime, though.
Yeah.
Animes that like Japanese, you're like, hey, that's not racist, people. It's stereotypical.
We're not making fun of them people.
No, thank you very much.
Are you making fun of Chinese?
No, Japanese.
Don't ever make fun of Chinese. I'm fat and I love the food, bro.
Oh, man, now I kind of want some Chinese food, bro.
After the show.
Okay. Anyway, so I watched Batman Ninja. Ooh, right?
I saw previews of this.
See, okay.
It was kind of weird.
The previews were kind of weird. And here's the thing. I was like, oh, my God.
Did you like the costume? I didn't like the costume.
No, that's what I really liked. Actually, okay, so here's the thing. I was scared that it was going to be all, like, not in English. It's in English, so yay. So it's really cool. So basically the premise is it's all, like, anime-ish style. And, like, I was trying to figure out, is it making fun of anime or is it paying homage to anime? And I think it's paying homage to anime.
Homage.
So basically the story is Gorilla Grodd builds a time machine and everybody within like the span of so ever far out of Arkham City gets taken back into Japan. But as we know, with time travel comes great responsibility. It's like, just kidding. But
or to a point.
All these different people went to the
same
place. All the people went back to the same place, but arrived at different times, like years apart. So the Joker like arrived super early and rose to power in like ancient Japan and became like one of the warlords. And all
was this back in time or different universe?
So it was back in time
or different multiverse, basically.
Yeah, it was like you could say different multiverse. They go back in time to like an era of Japan where they were trying to unite Japan, but under all the different warlords. So Two-Face had an area of land, Penguin, Ivy, and the Joker.
So all the villains were like
all the villains
in rule.
Well, what all the villains didn't know is that they were actually being like manipulated by Gorilla Grodd. So anyway, they do all these different anime styles, which are really cool. But then it got to near the end, and I was just like, they're doing the worst thing I hate in anime. The castles turned into robot Gundam things. And then they started having like a giant robot castle battle. I'm like, the fuck?
Was there a part in this anime feature where they were like, and they had like the crazy like?
They might have. So here's my deal. For the most part, I was completely intrigued and I loved it. and I hate anime. But then when it got to the robot stuff, I was like,
The chicks in anime always sound like they're like.
so here's my deal. I say, whether you're a fan of anime or not, watch it. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie an 8 out of 10.
Is it worth the? Well, it'll probably be what, $3-4 to rent,
I'd say so.
but not a buy.
Buy it for your collection. It's actually a good watch. The story is good too.
I'll have to check this out.
It's honestly like a 15-minute period where the robot thing took me out of it a little, but still that action. All the action is really good. So I'd say watch it. 8 for me out of 10.
There you go, folks. 8 out of 10 for Batman Ninja.
Batman. A ninja. How to do? I am so going to get killed by an Asian one day for all this.
Well, speaking of DC, let's fast forward in our stuff here. So you were talking about going back in time. I mentioned a point of a Flash. So maybe we should talk about the Flash.
The TV show or the movie?
And, you can get out of the anime.
Okay. It's a
TV show. It's a Flash.
Oh, man, we're losing viewers by the minute.
No, we're not. We're gaining because we are awesome. Yo, when I did that, I kind of reminded myself of Stifler in the wedding one, where he's
I think we could also get away with the Asian stuff because I look like E Honda from Street Fighter. I'm like, hey.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay, so anyway,
You never saw any hentai?
so we're not going to talk about tentacle sex. Not on my show, sir. Maybe on a Penguin exclusive,
Which means
manga.
Which means he has seen that. Just saying.
I plead the fifth. So we're talking about Flash. Barry
Flash.
Allen, Grant Gustin, even.
Mm.
So this show is in its, 4th season?
How many episodes is in here? Because I feel like this has went longer than it has to.
Here's the thing. It's not. You're confused, and I'm telling you why. Legends of the Tomorrow and the Black Lightning. The African American.
Well, they're fairly new shows. I mean, Legends, I think, is in its 3rd season now, and
Right, they're
and Black Lightning is
they're-
brand new this past
They're
year.
running shorter episodes, and also the time slot doesn't get them skipped.
Well, yeah,
As
that and the
often
CW
as
knows their
stories.
bread butter, Arrow, Flash. Get it?
Fair enough. So they have a typically longer season, like 22 to 24 episodes. So that's that. Anyway, if you're watching The Flashness, it's awesome.
I have to catch up.
DeVoe is incredibly smart.
I started it. I got lost like right around right after they did the X, and then I got lost there. I stopped because they stopped because I can't stand that shit when they're like.
Yeah, you're like a Netflix binge guy.
So I'm gonna wait until it comes on Netflix, and then I'll just binge the crap out of that.
Right on. So what else have you been watching, sir?
Well, we can get back to like our stuff that we've been watching together. Actually,
Yeah.
we've watched some Evil Dead. We can
Holy
talk about that,
Crap.
and we'll probably put a little thing up right here. Fist bump. Anyways,
So what's the thing? The
What?
Evil Dead thing where they what's their name?
Ash.
No, like their team name.
Oh, what is it? I forget what it is.
And we suck at being hosts.
Well, we stopped watching it. That's why we stopped watching it and we moved on. We watch a lot of stuff.
We are consumers.
Our brains need
content.
But
Feed
anyways,
me more.
we fell in love with this Ash versus Evil Dead show, and then we found out just about a week ago,
Hi, Dios mío.
they're done. They're not doing no more. But what's crazy is it's high popularity.
Yeah.
People love this show. People want to watch this
I
show.
do want to watch it.
People are saying that who's the main actor that does Ash?
Bruce Campbell.
They're saying that because he even I think he tweeted or
Well,
Instagram that he's
An
done.
official retirement from the character.
So I say, like, someone brought this up on the internet, which I thought was a very good idea. Shia LaBeouf ain't doing anything. He could step into that role, I think. You don't think so?
As Ash?
As Ash. So you need somebody crazy, outspoken.
Oh, sir. Just do it! No, I'm just kidding. Don't. No, don't. Okay, so is it going to be like evil, like serious horror, or is it going to be like campy, like comedy?
Like how it is now, but with a different actor.
See, so like the show version or the movie version? Because the original
show
movie,
version. Show version is what's
because the show version kind of right takes advantage of the fact that the original show was campy and like funny because it was so bad.
Yeah,
but it had been intended to actually be scary.
It wasn't like the show. What Ash vs. Evil Dead is not technically scary.
No. And
it's more disgusting and gross.
Right, because it takes advantage of the comedy that is how bad the originals were.
I really thought that Insidious was actually a lot more scary than actually this.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, okay, who would I, if we're adding to the campy horrorness and we're going to Lux, you got that jawline, let's go with Bill Hader. The guy from...
Could he be a badass, though?
Dude, you should see him in the new show Barry on HBO. He plays like a hitman who's conflicted because...
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, he goes to do like a hit at this acting class, and he falls in love with acting, so he's like, I don't want to be a hitman anymore. Very cool. HBO, Barry, check it out. It's awesome.
Okay.
So yeah, that's who I would pick probably.
I mean...
He has range.
That's not going to happen, so I guess we're just going to have to do a rest in peace, Evil Dead. Maybe put like a thing up. But yeah, sucks.
Necronomicon lives within all those who dare to read it.
But speaking of horror and horror TV, Walking Dead just ended.
Oh crap! No spoilers.
Very good ending. I'll just say that. Really good way to set it up for the next season, as they do. They're like the kings at this.
Super duper.
So they did debut that it was a crossover episode where they had the Fear of the Walking Dead finally caught up with the Walking Dead cast.
Now, is that in Fear or original Walking?
What?
Where does the crossover take place?
It's in the same timeline as the Walking Dead.
Oh, so they like sync up on the shows, but they don't actually meet, or do they meet?
No, they do meet.
On which show?
Fear.
Okay.
And they're starting out with Morgan. It's what everyone's been advertising. Very fan favorite character. I like him. He's really out there. But to understand what this guy's been through, you know, losing his wife, losing his son, you know.
Hey, grief's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, it's So I started. I have never watched Fear of the Walking Dead.
It was hard for me to get into it.
And you know, talking to this, you're like, you have mixed results in this. But I thought the first season was really, really good. It was good to see a.
If you're into fucking like, sorry for swearing, like drug addicts, yeah, like.
Well, it's good to see a reality before the shit went down, basically.
Yeah, but
you know,
it happens so rapidly that I'm just like.
No. They let you into it. First episode was like, oh, you know, I have this, I have a cough, I'm sick, and then the next it got worse, and then it got worse, and then it got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse, and then finally it was just a complete woo, you know?
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Yeah. So then I was like, all right, I watched the whole season in one sitting. I watched all the episodes in one sitting.
As a good friend of mine, Ron Simmons, would say,
"Damn." But yeah, I got into it. That's what I like about these. I mean, you what was that one show we saw with the someone who painted the dicks on the cars? I had to watch every single episode of that because I was so into that show.
Now that's one I'm surprised that we watched an entire night. By the last episode, I'm like, dude, I'm going to bed. You're like, I can't. I got to finish.
I watched, actually, speaking of Ash vs. Evil Dead, we almost watched that whole thing in one night, too.
It's true.
Because I got into that show.
Commitment.
So, you know, we watched what? Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that off of Netflix, which had another big show this month that actually debuted.
Yeah,
what was it?
Did you find it? Because I heard it was lost in space.
Yes, it was.
Oh, the terrible puns.
Yes, the terrible puns. We're back here on the studio chat.
Hey, what's the boys? The penguin in the wild. What's
the penguin in the wild. Yes.
Hey, how you doing? So yeah, So for me, they weren't so much lost in space, but lost on a planet. But my prediction by the time we finish it, because we got 3 episodes left.
Yeah, we got 3 more episodes.
So my prediction is that by the end of it, they'll finally be lost in space. Space is freaking quiet, dude.
It is.
It's a vacuum.
It is.
Yeah, a vast. I wouldn't want to be.
But this space, but in this show, it wasn't quiet. It was
more like danger, Will Robinson.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh, danger! It is Robinson. Danger.
Kind of doing Yoda. Was that a Yoda?
Robinson Will Danger. It is. My Yoda, and I'm fucking flopping out here.
So, what is your thoughts on this show?
I enjoyed it. I at first I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate this show. It's gonna be dumb. And then you fell asleep, and I'm all like,
I only fell. I fell asleep through 1
God.
episode. That was it.
I loved it. I freaking loved it.
But I fall asleep through a lot of episodes, especially. So, but I thought it was good. I was attached to it. I really wanted to finish it, but this guy's like, no.
Moving on to bigger and better things.
I can't do that. We'll probably finish it up this week. Maybe we'll, Instagram about it or something.
What would you go for, season 2? Pigs in space.
I think we kept talking about that throughout the whole show we're watching. We're like,
It would be
Lost in Space, So, rating, sir. What would you rate this?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Without having finished it,
How was your rating be going
honestly,
right
I'm gonna
now?
give it a 9 so far.
Really?
I really like it. I really like it.
Mikey, he likes it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know the reference. Ask your parents. Yeah. This is a joke.
I would have to go with. I'd probably do that. I'd probably do an 8.5 to a 9.
Yeah,
8.5 to a 9. But that was a show, and actually, you are tuning into the Wicked Turtle Network right now, which we have many awesome shows as we're speeding up this content here. So, what's the one show that we've just recently put up? Is Hitting the Mat, starring this guy mostly, but I chime in with a little bit of funness there. But so, what was give a brief little preview of what we can see on Hitting the Mat this past month.
On Hitting the Mat, it's really a retrospective or an introspective
Indie stuff
on the
right?
modern independent wrestler.
We do have some WWE guys and some Impact guys.
And that's some of the highlight of the show. Penguin, is it? Yeah. So that's some of the highlight of the show is that you're going to see a legend almost every episode. So you'd be like, oh my God, I know that guy. But then there's also going to be guys.
A legend or somebody current.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we've had Ron Simmons. Damn. We've had
The last episode. Who do we talk to on the last episode?
well, we have had, we've had Jack Swagger, aka Jake Hager, of the MMA world and wrestling. Who's that little guy with the funky hair? James Ellsworth. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, you're gonna be allowed to see so many cool things, stars, and also independent wrestlers, and a little bit of highlights and backgrounds on them.
We've really evolved the show, actually. It went from something completely small to now it's something pretty big where we actually meld the studio and within the wrestling world that we have, too. And we have, the Man Minute?
Well, we're starting a new segment called the Man Minute with the man, Johnny Moran.
And in the news.
Right. The PPW update.
Yeah, and by the way, we're only co-branding the PPW stuff, but maybe in the future we might have something else. You never know.
Yeah, maybe WWE wants to sign us for the network.
That'd be nice.
Who knows?
We're for hire.
We are freelancing.
But other shows that we got on there, right now I've been keeping up with the network, doing a lot of streams with the Wicked Turtle Gaming.
Oh yeah,
That's been fun. Doing Far Cry. I'm doing a small mini-series with Far Cry right now.
I think when I get God of War, I might try to stream.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about picking up God of War, and I'll probably be reviewing it. You need the funds,
Don't
dude.
steal my thunder, sir. I want to do that.
It is $60 to play that.
It is
ridiculous.
$60 to play that.
It is ridiculous. Rob, the price of gaming is just out of this world, man.
You could say it's lost in space.
Lost in space.
Right.
So I've been doing the streams there. I did one on Twitch. Unfortunately, I think we're not going to do Twitch until I'd have to get like a capture
coffee.
card. I'd have to get a capture card, so then we can post on Twitch.
Totally.
But as far as right now, it's so much easier to load up to YouTube and just stream right from that. Nintendo but for Nintendo, I can't really stream Nintendo games. I'll have to do it off Facebook. So
Did you say that you go from like PlayStation and then you switch to Nintendo? I gotta stop with the jokes.
Yeah,
I'm not. Shut up.
You, this guy, you, me, awkward. But anyways, we also had. I just posted something called Penguin Eats. I just that's our show where I go out and I eat. Yeah, just find new fun foods, mostly fast food. I gotta stop to Taco Bell, man. I'm like their number one customer. I gotta go to other places. We just had a Popeyes that opened up, so my idea for the next Penguin Eats is I'm gonna probably get some Popeyes, and I'm gonna taste test all their sauces.
Louisiana bread.
They have like 18 sauces. It's amazing how many sauces they have for dipping.
That's awesome.
Yes, so check out the new one I just did of the triple melt. Ooh, triple melt nachos and burritos.
Yum. Where at?
Taco Bell.
On the Wicked Turtle Network.
Taco Bell and the Wicked Turtle Network. And then we have a new one here that me and the Watt are trying to put together and
Workshopping it. No.
Yeah, we're putting our ideas there and here and there. He had an idea of calling it Dad Cooks or
I was trying
Cooking
to
with
really,
Dad.
Hit the mom angle, and I was like, oh, would it be cool to like teach your son how to cook, or maybe he teaches you how to or you could teach him how to like make Play-Doh or something. But I don't know. I thought it'd be cool, but you're like, no.
We did a poll. The poll said the people have spoken and they want Penguin Cooks, and I thought it was a good idea. Because I can bring on special guests, and we could do Penguin Cooks with this guy, and then this person or this chick or whatever is invited to a table of 3, and we sit down and we talk about, not just what we ate, what we're eating, or we'll also talk about, what's they're doing, like somebody like a guest, like a special guest or something like that.
So
but it's not gonna be
guest?
it's not gonna be like a thing like all the time, or the special guest will bring a meal that they like to cook, and we'll cook that together. So. We have some ideas that we're brewing out there. The first episode, we probably will let you guys know here on the Wicked Turtle Network when that's going to drop, Instagram, all that stuff. So, you got to share, follow.
We are on all those platforms. Yeah. So, can I do like a quick rundown of movies that I've watched?
Yeah. So, what movies did you watch?
Okay, so I've been really bored this week because, life. So I've watched Den of Thieves. This is a Gerard Butler vehicle with a bunch of other people.
Cue to watch. I need to watch it.
I think 50 Cent was in it. What's his real name?
Oh, it's that one with our cops, right?
No, that's what I thought. They're not cops.
Yeah, but the trailer makes it look like they're policemen.
There's cops, but the bad guy.
No, it makes them like they're policemen.
No, that's what I thought too.
Okay,
but anyway, it's a heist movie. It's like kind of cool and whatever up until the end. And I'll tell you what, the twist in this movie, and I'm not going to give it away, but there was something that somebody said in the beginning of the movie that I actually thought, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's going to come into play later in the movie. And then that was the twist at the end of the movie. I was like, that's awesome. So that happened. So have you ever heard of the Winchester Mansion? Of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company?
Yes, and I've heard of this movie. Actually, isn't it based on about a daughter, a woman who is her dad invented the Winchester rifles?
I believe so, or her late husband or something.
Yeah, she's a descendant of the Winchester family who made the rifles.
Right.
Which, by the way, is a great firearm.
Basically, she's like a clairvoyant in a way, and she allows these spirits to come through her and do designs for this house. And the house is always day and night under construction. Things are being teared down and taken apart.
Day and night.
Yeah. So, Kid Cudi. I know who that guy is. So anyway, I'm just not going to go too deep into this movie. It was okay at best. There were some interesting scenes. Wasn't very scary, but the twist was kind of. There were two twists. One of them was predictable. The other was not. I very much enjoyed that. So my rating on that, unfortunately, is a sad. Well, not so sad, but just a 6. Nothing special. So I saw another movie called 10 by 10. It's about this guy. You see him kidnap this woman, put him in a room that's 10 by 10. But then he keeps questioning her, and about her name. And apparently it's like she has a fake identity. So you're like, oh, wait. Is the kidnapper the good guy or the bad guy? Is she the bad guy? What's going on here? And then the movie just gets crazy. But it also felt really short, and it didn't really have that much of a payoff for me. So I'm going to go and drop a 6.5 on that. I don't know.
Avengers
Infinity War.
Infinity War. We saw it.
We did see it.
We had emotions.
We had feelings.
Lots of emotions. So what'd you think? Let's get your review and then I'll give you mine.
Okay, so...
So many emotions, so many feelings.
Okay,
feelings.
So first, positive, awesome. The mashups, all the superheroes interacting flawlessly. Loved it. Thanos. Here's the best thing about Thanos. Is that throughout the series, you kind of find out little things about him, but you're like, oh, this is going to be like a real big bad jerk. But throughout the movie, you start to feel for him. Maybe it's just me because I'm psychotic, but they really made him very human to me. And like, almost at some point, I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. You should wipe out half of the universe. Because like everybody would benefit that's still alive. So I don't know. I found myself really kind of liking him because at what point in that movie did he seem like a jerk to you? Other than the beginning when he's like beating people up, did he seem like a jerk or did he seem like he seemed to feel remorse for the things he was doing, but he knew he had to also fulfill what he felt was his destiny.
This guy was a man on a mission. That's what I would put it.
But did you feel like that he like was somewhat hesitant and like felt feelings?
I felt that he had no feelings, to be honest.
Really? See, that's what I didn't get. I got that he had so much feelings and like turmoil, like, but he still like was like, I have to do this. This is the right thing. But internally, it was a struggle because like, I gotta sacrifice. I'm not gonna say who, but he has to like make sacrifices in order to achieve these goals that were actually tough for him to do. I don't know. I felt they made him very human, and I started to really like this character. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but I really liked him a lot. I was conflicted with him like being the bad guy. It really turned the tables on me. This was a great movie to me. I'm sorry. Like in the movie, I was just like, okay, cool, because everybody had that same reaction. Was over. You were like, holy crap. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that was great. Oh yeah, and I remember they did that, and that was brilliant too. That was, the whole thing. I just thought it was great.
My thoughts?
Please, yeah.
My thoughts. Don't have the same feelings for Thanos. I think it's because here's the problem. I went into this knowing about who Thanos was. And I'm not saying I'm just going to give out a spoiler, but if you read the comics, and to be honest, it's not a spoiler because it's in the comics. If you read the comics, when Thanos doesn't have that Infinity Gauntlet, he's a bitch. Big one. Gets his ass beat hard. If you read on in the comics, past the Infinity War and go even farther, he's a bitch. So, knowing that, and then going to see a movie about the comic book of Infinity War was kind of a spoiler to me. But Not saying that, not giving any discredit to this movie. This movie is great. The visuals are amazing. The puns from my favorite part of the Marvel universe is the galaxy.
Oh, really?
I love those guys.
I enjoyed the spider.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. The Iron Spider suit was finally put on and was amazing.
Yeah.
And that's not a spoiler. That's in the trailer. So
Doctor Strange. Love Doctor Strange.
I like his movie. I don't know if I liked him here, but I did like him paired up with
Iron Man.
With Tony Stark. The quips back and forth was amazing.
Yeah.
And even when Iron Man was with Peter Quill with the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Star-Lord.
That was great. So I was just like you, walking out of this, I'm like, oh my God, they did that. Like, and that's a reaction. And to be honest, we're filming this, a couple days after this movie was released. And I've been on the internet and seen the internet, and Infinity War has basically broken down the internet because that's all people are talking about.
Because they have the gauntlet.
And people are just coming out of that movie with like, what is going to happen next?
One of our boys from, that we'll probably have on Hitting the Mat soon, from the Punk Rock All-Stars, have seen it 3 times within the first 4 days it was out. So...
I've also seen Easter eggs. There was an Easter egg picture of them when they're charging on the field with Black Panther and Captain America and Winter Soldier. That the bad guy from Black Panther's in the background.
Killmonger?
Have you seen it?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Like
you'll have to research it, but
one tribe, baby.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I like this movie. I think I like how it sets you up for the next one, which is great. It sets you up for that next movie for next summer, which is going to be awesome. It also sets you up for Captain Marvel, all that good stuff. So, like, ratings, sir.
Here's the thing, actually. I've heard rumors, and I think it was in the same scene that I thought maybe it was going to happen. People are saying that they thought that they might have caught a glimpse of Silver Surfer. I thought maybe there was 2, to be honest, during the one scene, but I can't wait to see it again so I can be like, yes or no. I was really hoping to see Silver Surfer make an appearance somehow in this movie. But
for some reason, they don't the real Marvel Fantastic Four or anything to do with Fantastic or anything to do with Fantastic Four.
Well, of those, I thought Fantastic Four 2 was Silver Surfer.
Which is messed up because...
The only thing about the movie I didn't like was the Galactus Cloud. That was
fun. Which is messed up because we can't talk about Avengers without the Fantastic Four and the Baxter Building and all that stuff. So Marvel's gonna have to get that done. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to get that done,
now, don't they?
It's not integrated in. They have the property.
They will integrate it, sure.
They have the property, but they don't have.
So yeah, my rating. You say
your rating?
I'm not gonna say it's a perfect movie because there were some things that I was like, I would have done this differently, and there always are in movies because I think I'm smart and I'm not. I'm going to go the near perfect 9.5. It's pretty damn good.
And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do a 9.5 here too. Let's go out and see it, spend the money, go support the movie, please. Don't bootleg this. Go see this.
And
please.
When you do see a movie, it's always good to go the week of.
So what he's talking about on Netflix, there is an Adam Sandler, Chris Rock movie called The Week Of.
Which is the week of their children's wedding. They're getting married together.
So what'd you think?
Dude, this movie, I expected like the last couple Adam Sandler Netflix vehicles that it was going to be like okay, but ultimately terrible.
They're really hitting it out of the water now with some of their properties.
They're improving it. So here's my deal of the week of. I really, really liked it. Was it like over the top funny? No. Was it like, if you're going in expecting this to be like that Adam Sandler comedy, it's so not. But it's got sprinkles of it.
Yeah.
But this movie, more than anything, is human. I mean, I identified with so many of the characters and so many of the things that happen. I'm like, man, that's just like my family. or like that. Oh man, that's probably what it's going to be like when I'm a dad. Or let's hope that doesn't happen. But this movie to me, like my heart was touched, my funny bone was touched. Ultimately, it was one of those feel good movies, and I finished with a smile. I was like, man, it's over. Darn. Yeah, I'm happy now. It was a feel good movie. I very much enjoyed it. And your thoughts, my mans?
I just watched it last night with the wife.
All right.
Yeah, it was one of our night movies that we watched. I laughed a lot in this movie.
Yeah, there is some definitely.
There is some serious parts, but there was a lot of good, catchy, funny things that came out here. There's a lot of funny stuff in this movie. I think, like going off the track record of Adam Sandler in his movies lately with Netflix has been like, I don't know, the Merowitz stories, for instance. I was invested in it the whole movie until the end.
I have not watched it. I can't.
What's the other one where he was an agent?
Agent?
Yeah, he was like a film agent.
Oh, Sandy Wexler.
That was a good one. I liked that one. It was kind of funny. Good for him to use his impressions and stuff.
Yeah.
The Sandler movies to Netflix have been off and on, hit or miss.
Yeah.
This one's a good one. To be honest, I think this one's actually the best one.
This is the best one.
The best one out of all of them. Chris Rock, I still can't get over his facelift. It looks terrible.
Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure he got some work done.
He looks like the young Kid Rock. Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, yeah.
He looks different.
The facelift, I'm just not down with it.
He looks good, just not like the Chris Rock I'd expect.
The thing I got for this was the plot where this guy is a proud father and in the slumps, in the dirt, doesn't make a pile of money, trying to show off that he can provide for his daughter, which is a very important thing from a father to a daughter.
Yeah.
Trying to provide, trying to make that
almost to a fault.
Make that wedding be like that princess wedding that every woman wants.
Right.
And
the lesson here could have been like, does he give in and accept the money from the groom's?
Yeah, it's one word. Humble.
Right. Would he like humble himself to be like, okay, yeah, I'll take the money because ultimately that would give my daughter the princess wedding, or do I, jerry rig it up to also give her like a version of that?
Yes.
In my means. And it was touching.
What's really cool is the groom. And
was that Drake or something?
No, the groom was a very good kid. And what's crazy was that Adam Sandler's character was more in touch with Chris Rock's siblings than Chris Rock was, because Chris Rock was this hotshot heart surgeon doctor who bangs hot women
versus the hardworking family man.
Yeah, who barely has anything, who has 12 kids living in his house, who invites random black people to come in his house that's not cousins of...
Right. There's that like racial, oh, you guys must be with the
with the this and that, and come on in for eggs.
Just go with it.
So
great bit in the movie.
What's your rating on this, sir?
Dude, I loved it. Is it a perfect movie? No, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Yeah.
I'm going to say right now, pros, it had me laughing. I could feel for the characters. Cons, still a little bit of that Netflixy shtick in there, but other than that, it was okay.
Yeah.
Not a lot of cons on this one. I'm also going to give it an 8.5 too, sir.
How's the potato? Jeez, look at that thing.
Well, that being said, if you want to see more great content on the Wicked Turtle Network, what do you got to do?
Well, you got to like it, and then you got to share it, and then you got to see first, and share, and subscribe, and for all things Wicked. Roman Reigns, much? Boo.
I'm the man.
Just kidding. This is my yard.
Blah blam.